So it turns out many workers may be enjoying this President's Day holiday a little too much. In fact, Gallup recently reported that just 32% of employees say they are enthusiastic and committed to their work and workplace. It doesn't have to be that way, though, says Kerry Wekelo, author of Culture Infusion, 9 Principles to Create and Maintain a Thriving Organizational Culture. And Kerry joins us now in studio. Welcome, Kerry.
Hi.
Great to have you here. So 32%, less than a third of workers really satisfied at work. What is going on here?
Well, I think mainly employers aren't listening to their employees and what they really truly want.
So, and this gets to a big point, communication, is that what's not happening here in the workplace?
Correct. And what we like to do is survey our team members on a regular basis to understand what they truly need and then tweak along the way.
Okay. So for people out there watching it, and maybe they're not the boss of the whole business,
Right.
but leadership at different levels at work, maybe you just have a few people underneath you, but what should people at different levels of leadership be doing to, I guess, help enhance that enthusiasm, help their workers? What would you say?
I think a lot of it, again, goes back to the communication and then also truly listening to what your employees are saying. And then if you have challenges, handling them in the moment versus letting them fester. And a lot of times we find that that's what is the biggest problem in organizations is, letting things go under the rug versus handling them in the moment.
Coming the other direction, workers maybe at lower or mid levels, should they be making sure they communicate carefully up the chain that there may be an issue?
Absolutely. But you have to have an open door policy from a leadership perspective.
You have to know that your boss's door is open. So
Exactly. So you have to encourage that. And if something does happen, listen to what's happening versus anybody getting in trouble. Yeah. Just saying, conflict is part of life.
I think listening is the huge thing. And hear the person out. Don't make a rush to judgment.
Exactly.
Let's talk about work-life balance. Okay, look, it's a term we've heard. But it's really true. I mean, things have changed with technology. We could be on our email from work 24/7.
Absolutely.
So what do you say about that for workers out there watching or people that have workers under them? How do you strive to have a better work-life balance in this modern age? What do you say?
There's a few things. First, be okay to say no. So setting boundaries for yourself. So like for me personally, I work a lot from home. So saying I'm not taking any phone calls after 9 p.m. I know that sounds crazy, but that's a boundary that is my boundary.
After 9 p.m., it's going to be the next morning.
Exactly. Yep.
What about the weekend? I mean, like we were coming out of a great one here, the extra holiday for a lot of people, but do we limit ourselves? Hey, look, I'll check my email once on Saturday, but that's all I can do. What do you say?
I think it's all about balance. So for me personally, maybe I don't check email on Sunday, but I do on Saturday and get caught up.
Okay.
So I think you have to, what feels good to you and just making sure that you do have balance in your life. So you're not on email all day, every day.
In whatever days you do check. Maybe you have a set time, right? Like morning and afternoon and not, every 5 minutes when my alert goes off.
Right.
Because that will burn you out. I don't care how much you love your job.
It does. You have to have some downtime for sure.
Last thought here, and this kind of goes to I guess, all levels, but just focusing on people. Right, whether it's going up the chain or down the chain, we're all human beings, so that's critical, right? Any more thoughts on that, or any last thoughts on just how we can focus a little better on the person that we're working with?
Right, understanding that one size doesn't fit all. So truly understanding each person that works on your team and what makes them tick. What are they good at?
Okay. Well, Kerry, some fantastic information, much more in your book, we know that. And also at your website, Actualize Consulting, correct? People can find out much more there. Kerry, thank you so much for being in here.
Thank you.
Happy President's Day to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We are back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.